All right. Welcome back to News USA. How is everybody doing out there? Just as a heads up, we're going to start doing more of these live shows going forward. So be sure to subscribe and turn on our channel notifications bell so you're notified when we go live. We'll continue to have these live shows, and we'd like to have some listeners call in, and we'll post this live stream. So if you missed it, try to catch the next one. We want to give people the opportunity to be heard. Most platforms don't take calls from their viewers, at least from what I've seen. There are some that do, but not as many as I'd like there to be. There's several shows that I wish that I could call in and talk to them, but that's not their platform. That's not how they run their platform. So that's their choice. Let's get into the topics. The main topic today is what you see in or on the description. Is it time for President Trump to concede? Is there a path to victory? If you ask me, the light, it just keeps getting dimmer and dimmer for Trump. It really doesn't seem like he really has a way that he could actually win this election. Now, there are some things that he can do. I'm not really going to get into all of that today. There are things that he can do, but I don't think they would be good for our country. It could cause a lot of damage. Second topic I want to touch on is should the economy be shut down again due to the virus? What do you guys think? I don't think so, but that's just my opinion. As of right now, schools are shutting down in New York. Mayor Bill de Blasio was met with protests over his decision to close the schools. There's parents up there who are protesting. They're saying that the digital or the remote learning isn't working. Apparently, I think it was de Blasio. He put a 3% test positivity rate on the schools, and if the schools met that number, they had to shut down. And apparently, that's what happened, and they're shutting down. So there's a bunch of uproar over there with the schools being shut back down. But that's our second topic. We'll get back into that a little bit later on. Over 250,000 people have now died from coronavirus. Over 11 million cases and roughly 1,000 deaths per day, if I remember correctly last time I checked. Seems serious. CDC is recommending to limit Thanksgiving gatherings. We knew that would come. We knew that they would say that. They probably say whatever's politically correct. But we'll get back to the second topic later on. Back to the main topic. Is it time for Trump to concede? Biden has now been officially certified as the winner in Georgia. The Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, Raffensperger, he is a Republican, has certified that Joe Biden is the winner of the state of Georgia. This is after an entire hand recount of the votes. Trump gained a couple of thousand votes, but Biden still led by, I think, by the end of it all, he was winning by over 12,000 votes. So the 2,600 votes found in Floyd County were just not enough to change the result, which we already knew. But now that it's been certified with a hand recount, hopefully that's enough. We don't know. We don't know if that'll be enough to satisfy the president. That it may be hard to swallow, maybe a tough pill to swallow, but more people voted for Joe Biden. President Trump has actually been kind of quiet here lately. We haven't heard much from him since Georgia was announced. I think it was announced yesterday evening, and then they came back and said, "Oh no, that wasn't the certification announcement." So I guess they kind of took it back, but then re-announced it again today. But we haven't heard much from Trump since they called Georgia. Could be he's embarrassed. Who knows? President Trump did appear in a press conference today to discuss his plans for the pandemic. We're expecting a vaccine in the near future from Pfizer that is said to be 95% effective. To be honest, I think I'll be waiting a little while longer on that one. Not a vaccine conspiracy theorist, just want to be sure. And I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of you out there who would agree on that. Off subject, it's being reported that Governor Andrew Cuomo will receive an Emmy Award for his COVID-19 press briefings. An Emmy Award. Last time I checked, that was an acting award. It makes absolutely no sense to me. How do you win an Emmy for press briefings? If you ask me, this whole thing is really turning into a circus. We're not going to waste too much time on this story about Cuomo. I just saw it pop up here recently, so it kind of stuck in my head. Wanted to throw that out there. But back to the main subject. Is it time for Trump to concede? There was a thought that came across my mind that Trump is just toying with Democrats at this point. He may not be. This is just a theory. Don't beat me up over this one. But think about it. They spent almost 2 years claiming Russia was behind his election, essentially saying that his election to office was fraud. It may sound crazy, but Trump seems like he would do something like this, and drag out the election, saying it's fraudulent as a dig back at Democrats. It's possible. Just a thought. Like I said, don't hold it against me. Could be some truth to it. He seems like he has that personality where he would just kind of try to stick it to the other side just to do it. But seriously, what's left on the table? All of the cases in the contested states are being thrown out left and right, and there just doesn't seem to be a clear path to victory at this point. Trump does seem to be suggesting that electors should vote their own way, which would be a disaster. Let's just tell the truth. All hell would break loose. And actually, I believe this would destroy our Constitution and our republic. I mean, this would be devastating, damaging to possibly to the point of no return. I mean, if this election were to be reversed, the ramifications could be serious. And the truth is, most people don't want to have a civil war in this country. Half of the U.S. population could care less about politics. And that's just the truth. Half of the population could care less. Well, we have over 300 million Americans. What is the vote up to? Maybe 140, 150 million. So there's a whole half of the population that's not even really involved. Not too many people want to see, Americans killing each other, United States citizens killing each other. To be honest, the average mom wants to go and pick up her kids from the babysitter or pick them up from school, back during normal times before this coronavirus crap, pick their kids up from school and go to Chipotle. They don't want to have to worry about driving down the road and being shot at, or having to go and get food and being shot at, or, all kinds of other horrible things that happen during civil wars. Civil wars are ugly. We just shouldn't really go down that path. You got the preppers and doomsday wishers out there who would love for that to happen. But in reality, the majority of the population has no interest in all when it comes to going to war with each other. I mean, it's probably not worth it. Not probably, it's not worth it. Besides, we all start killing each other, and the rich and powerful, they wait on the sidelines. They just wait there, wait for everything to pan out, wait for everything to happen. And, and then they're good. I mean, they have the money, they have the resources. They could get out of the country. They can get away and not have to deal with anything that's going on. So we would be left here, picking up the pieces and having to deal with the worst parts of citizens going at each other's throats. So hopefully it doesn't get there. We don't want to see that. Should Trump concede? He doesn't have to. But with everything that's being presented, I think it'd be a good idea. It's not as if he doesn't have another crack at the presidency. He could run again. He will be in his 80s, I believe, but Biden is in his 80s right now. Unless some real serious information surfaces showing that this was a huge plot carried out by Democrats. and I mean legit evidence, not speculation, not hearsay, legit evidence, showing that there was some conspiracy put on by Democrats, not just an individual who stole some ballots or an individual who, voted twice or something like that, which the margins for that happening are seriously small. It's not a huge thing, It's not as huge as it's being made out to be, at least by what studies have shown. But then again, if you're a Trump supporter, you don't believe in any of the studies, But, unless there is some big thing that comes about, I think he should just go ahead and concede, and let's try to move forward amicably. Try to be a good sport. But knowing his personality and from what we've seen from him in the past, this doesn't seem like a likely scenario. Not at all. But hopefully this thing starts to wind down. With the final few close states certifying the election, the next main event that we'll have will be in December when we wait to see what the Electoral College ends up doing. It does seem that, at least it's being reported, that Trump could be possibly courting, state legislators and whatnot, and trying to, move things in his direction. I don't know if that's 100% true. I'm not going to say that is the case, but he has invited some people to the White House, and it does appear to be that way. He's made some phone calls to some folks, and I don't have the name directly in front of me. Give me 1 second. Bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to look up this who Trump called. Let me see if I can find it. Trump courts Michigan GOP leaders in bid to overturn election he lost. At least that's what's being reported on here. Let me move this. Let me see. Yeah, it was up in Michigan where it happened. I'm not seeing the name right off the bat right here, right now. I don't feel like scrolling all the way through that to try to find it. But he has made some phone calls, and I said in a previous video that kind of seems like a mob boss move, where the mob boss kind of calls you and, just says, hey, it'd be a shame if something happened to your store, it'd be a real shame if something happened to your wife, stuff like that. We've all seen the movies, but it does appear to be that type of scenario. I mean, just from the surface, we're not in the room on the phone, but from the surface, that's how it looks. Go ahead and jump into the second topic, and that is concerning the shutdown. Should we shut down the economy again? Personally, I don't like the idea of another shutdown, but I understand the sentiment. Officials are forced with the choice to make money or save lives. So you got to kind of find the right balance. But on the other hand, we've already lost over 100,000 businesses and probably still going to lose even more if we keep continuing with these. Not probably, we will. If we keep continuing with these shutdowns, it's going to destroy even more businesses, more lives, and it mainly hurts the little guys. I'm sure that some of the big major companies and corporations are feeling a little bit of the pain, but in all actuality, it really hurts the small guys out here. It doesn't hurt the big guys as bad. I mean, they can file bankruptcy or whatnot, and they might have caches of money stored elsewhere where they can recover. It's not that simple for the little guy with the with the small business, maybe just a few employees or whatnot. And restaurants got hit hard. That's really tough on them. Domestic violence has been on the rise, suicide, you name it. Another shutdown just doesn't seem like it will do anything to help. Besides, look around. People are still partying, going to clubs, and doing whatever they want. they're going and doing whatever they want. Look at the beaches. Look at the beaches over the over the summer. The beaches were packed. So it's I don't think it's a great idea. Like I said, unless we mandate all movement, really nothing is going to change. I've heard people saying that their entire family is getting together for Thanksgiving. People just do not care. They don't see the virus as being that big of a threat as the CDC and medical professionals are telling us. So in all honesty, it is what it is. I say protect yourself and your family as best you can. But if you're the type, either you or your family that, disregard the safety guidelines, then you're just going to have to be prepared that something could happen to a loved one of yours. The possibility is real. Real people are out here dying from this thing. Are all the numbers perfectly accurate? I wouldn't say that. No, I don't think so. But it's definitely real, that's for sure. I've known people in business who have gotten very sick from this, and they were in the hospital for a couple of weeks. I've got an extended family member through marriage who actually passed away. He did have pre-existing conditions, but it's definitely real. So we do have to be careful, but I think that it's something that should be policed amongst people. Another shutdown is probably not going to be the best course of action. I don't believe so. Let me check and see if there's anything else that I wanted to go over. This is pretty much our first show type of live stream, and didn't want to make it too long. Didn't want to carry on. If we had some callers that called in, or some guests, larger pool of guests in here that were wanting to call in, I'm pretty sure that would extend it. But it's just the first few. Haven't seen too much traffic in the room, and not too much chat or anything going on. So, we expected that. Maybe next time. We'll see. Once the word starts to get out a little bit that, hey, we're live streaming, taking calls or whatnot, and people start getting into the comments and, asking for the number and all that, we'll start to throw all of that stuff out there. But I think that's it. It's just been released that, let's take a look at this. It's been released that, let's look this up. Give me 1 second. Just saw a headline saying that Trump Jr. has tested positive for the coronavirus. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for today's show, guys. Like I said, turn on your notifications if you see this stream later on, and you want to join the next one, go ahead and turn on your notifications so that you get notified when we're going live. And this is just a start, and hopefully you guys want to call in. You guys want to chat and have some discord and some debate on the things that are going on in the good old U.S. of A. right now. I'd appreciate it a lot. It'd be good to have some good debate. Looking forward to it, maybe in the future, as we grow and as things start to pick up. But that's it for now. Really appreciate anyone who did stop by. I think a couple of people popped in, but popped back out. That's to be expected. We're a fairly small platform as of right now, but we'll grow. And that's about it. Thank you very much. And if you're listening, or if you have listened to this after it has been posted, like I said, go ahead and subscribe, and let's look forward to building a little small community or even a bigger one. And get some discord going. We appreciate you. Stay tuned to News USA.